Hello everyone, welcome back to another car talk. Today I wanted to talk about the Wiz Khalifa / Sean Paul concert that I just went to. Sunday. So 2 days ago. It was at Darien Lake, which for those of you who don't know, that's more upstate New York. It's an amusement park. What was cool about it was I got to go to the amusement park even with the concert tickets. So, and the concert tickets itself only cost me $45. So for $45, I went to the amusement park for the whole day, basically. And on top of that, went to the concert at 6:30. Now, DaBaby was a special guest at this concert, which he was all right. He was all right. They didn't even have, I had lawn seat tickets, so I didn't really have the greatest seating. But normally for people who've been to a concert or haven't, there's usually screens that people in the back can look at that show the artist in the front. That way, you know, even though you might not be able to physically see them, you can still watch them on the screen. When DaBaby came out, there was nothing. The screens weren't playing. So it was just the performance, and I barely even saw anything. So I didn't really even see him that much from where I was at. But the screens did come on when Sean Paul and Wiz Khalifa went on. And I'll be honest though, the concert was kind of mid. Granted, for $45, I got to go to the amusement park and the concert. So overall, the day was fun. If I didn't go to the but it was mostly fun because I went to the amusement park. Not so much because of the concert. The concert was like a dessert, basically, is what it was. It wasn't the main course. It was really just a dessert. And by the time Sean Paul came out, my feet were killing me. Absolutely killing me. I was already over it by the time halfway through Sean Paul's performance. I was pretty over it and wanted to go home. But I stayed for the whole performance because I wanted to see Wiz. And dude, for a second, I didn't know if Wiz was going to come out because it was already 9:40 and Sean Paul ended at 9. So it was a good 40-minute break. And then they said, all right, Wiz is coming out. And then 20 minutes later, at 10 o'clock, he finally comes out. And it was awesome. It was cool. It was definitely dope. I am not the biggest Wiz fan. So a lot of his older, like I know his popular music. And even some of his newer songs. But a lot of his older songs, where you have to be like a real fan, I didn't know. So there was maybe 4 to 5 songs that I knew or partially knew. And the main ones that I was hoping he played, which he did, that I'm glad I saw, was The Thrill and Black and Yellow. Probably his top 5 songs, really. Those two are damn near his most popular songs. But I'm happy he played those two. Those two were awesome. Awesome. The crowd was awesome. But from that experience, from that concert, the reason why I say it was mid was because it wasn't so much a performance, really. I don't know, because prior to this concert, I went to the Post Malone concert. The Post Malone concert was fucking incredible. It was awesome. He had fire spewing through his songs, crazy backgrounds during his songs. He was going in his performance. Like, you could tell that man was putting his heart and soul out there. Whereas Wiz Khalifa was more him just rapping and smoking, which it is his character. Like, that is Wiz Khalifa. He just smokes weeds and rap. So, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, I was high as fuck throughout the entire concert. Well, not really. I sobered up towards the end because I had to drive. But majority of his performance, I was pretty high. That being said, though, I don't know. I guess I expected more than... I just thought it'd be more performance, really, than just, bump it to sounds. There was a few lights when he was singing. But I was just expecting more, I don't know, more shit. More stuff happening. That was a little disappointed. He also didn't play, he played a lot of his old songs, like songs that he made 20 to 15 years ago, and I didn't really know him. So I just didn't also that, and it was kind of the same situation with Sean. Sean didn't really have any crazy things either. There was a few lights. He was dancing, and he had 2 backup dancers that were going crazy. But I just thought, especially with his music, his type of music, I thought it would be more of a performance than it was. It was still fun, but I rated it I give it a 6 out of 10. For $45, I can't really complain. That's really the main thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got what I paid for. And I think that concert also made me realize that maybe I'm just not also the biggest concert person, because it was packed. It was packed to the brim. And I get very annoyed and claustrophobic when a lot of people are around me that I don't know. Literally, when a lot of people are around me. And that was damn near the whole night. Constantly being bumped into, not having any room to move or dance, really. Like, I had to just do the basic schmoovin', just basic moving. Really, I couldn't actually dance because there was literally no room at all. Damn near shoulder to shoulder with people, and I hated it. I started to really get annoyed with it. So I think that also just added to the experience and why I was not the biggest fan of the concert. But overall, it was a fun day. We had a good time in the amusement park, and wrapped it up with was surprisingly, we didn't make the same mistake last time. When I went to the Post Malone concert, we parked pretty close to the actual concert itself, which was bad because then towards the end, when the concert finally ended, it was a nightmare getting outside the parking lot. We were in the parking lot for 30 to 40 minutes. Crazy traffic. This time going around, though, what instead I did was I parked into the amusement park parking that was close to the exit. Now, it was a long walk, don't get me wrong. The walk itself was a good 15-20 minutes. But it was so worth it because I had no traffic. I came out immediately. I left the area pretty fast and still got home late, don't get me wrong. Got home at 12:30, which to some people that might not be late, but keep in mind, one, I was up since 8:30, and then, no, not 8:30. I was up since 9, and I was walking and standing the entire day. The entire day I was walking in the amusement park in the really hot weather. It was 97 degrees out. And then on top of that, standing for 6 hours at the concert. So my feet were pretty much dead. It was painful to walk. I was so ready to go home. I knocked out when I got home. And yeah, that was pretty much the day, really. Have some overall fun. But the concert could have been a little bit better. But other than that, hope you guys have a good day. And I'll catch you guys in the next car talk. Later.